Hi, third graders. We're back for our week number 25 of remote learning, and we are going to be transitioning to a completely new module, and actually we're transitioning away from multiplication and division, but that does not mean that you should stop practicing your facts. You have to do your reflex every single day. You have to get that green light every single day. That's one of the best ways for you to really memorize and learn those multiplication and division facts, and also using those flashcards every day. That's really the best way to learn these multiplication and division facts, so that way you'll be fluent in them, so that way come fourth grade, when we're doing much harder, much higher level multiplication and division, you'll be able to do that because you'll know those facts automatically. So even though we're transitioning away, we're going to be doing some adding and subtracting, I still want you to be focusing on doing those multiplication facts through reflex and your cards. So please don't put those on the back burner. Please make sure you're still doing that every single day. Okay? So now we're going to be doing our new module, so we're on Module 9, Lesson 1. So have that out in front of you so you can follow along, and we will begin. So we're going to begin by identifying number patterns on the addition table. And we're going to, when you're finished, you'll be able to identify number patterns on an addition table, and you'll be able to use the identity and commutative properties of addition to complete equations. So Jamie is using this addition table to find sums. Meaning when we say to find sums, that means that's the answer when you add. So the sum is the answer when you add. As he records the sums in the table, he sees a pattern. What pattern could he describe? So we can see we have our table here, and we are noticing that we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across the top, and the same numbers down the side. And we have our symbol right here that's telling us we need to add. So we're going to fill in our table to figure out what numbers belong in what parts of our table. So if we add 0 plus 0, it's going to equal 0. See how I'm going to take this number, and it's going to complete this part of my table. So I'm going to go across. So these are all, I'm adding 0 to the numbers across the top. So 0 plus 1 was 1, 0 plus 2 is 2, 0 plus 3 is 3, 0 plus 4 is 4, 0 plus 5 is 5, and 0 plus 6 is 6. So see how we're filling this table in? So now we're on the ones. So 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 1 plus 3 is 4, 1 plus 4 is 5, 1 plus 5 is 6, and 1 plus 6 is 7. So you might already be able to see the pattern that is forming. 2 plus 0 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 2 plus 2 is 4, 2 plus 3 is 5, 2 plus 4 is 6, 2 plus 5 is 7, and 2 plus 6 is 8, right? We see a pattern. 3 plus 0 is 3, 3 plus 1 is 4, 3 plus 2 is 5, 3 plus 3 is 6, 3 plus 4 is 7, 3 plus 5 is 8, and 3 plus 6 is 9. 4 plus 0 is 4, 4 plus 1 is 5, 4 plus 2 is 6, 4 plus 3 is 7, 4 plus 4 is 8, 4 plus 5 is 9, and 4 plus 6 is 10. See how we're just going up, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the same thing down. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. And then we're going the same direction. So 5 plus 0 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. 5 plus 2 is 7. 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 plus 4 is 9. 5 plus 5 is 10. 5 plus 6 is 11. And our last row. 6 plus 0 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. 6 plus 2 is 8. 6 plus 3 is 9. 6 plus 4 is 10. 6 plus 5 is 11. And 6 plus 6 is 12. So we can see this, we can see all the numbers on our number line. One thing I'm noticing is that anytime you add two even numbers, the sum is even. Another thing I can see here is here our center line. Notice that as you go diagonal from your number, that number is going to be in the diagonal. So see, I went 6. Look at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it would continue if we kept going on and on and on. So there's lots of different patterns that we can see when we look at our chart. Okay. So John uses patterns to find sums in an addition table. John finds 0 plus 3 and 5 plus 0. Write other sums with 0 as one addend. So if we fill in all the ones where 0 is one of our numbers, right? An addend is one of the numbers we're adding. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then down, it would be the same thing, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because anything plus 0 equals itself, right? So the pattern we see when we find the sum of any number and 0 is the sum is the same as the number added to 0. The sum is the same as the number added to 0, right? So anything that we add to 0 is going to equal itself. Okay? John finds 2 plus 4 and 4 plus 2. Choose a column and a row with the same addend. Write the sums. So if we're going to add, let's choose 6 and 6. Let's see what happens when I add 6 and 6. So we're going to fill out that row. So 6 plus 1 is 7, 8, then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So if we add 6 plus 0, that equals 6. If I add 0 plus 6, that equals 6. So it's the same as 2 plus 4 equals 6 and 4 plus 2 equals 6. So 0 plus 6 equals 6. 6 plus 0 equals 6, right? 6 plus 2 equals 8. 2 plus 6 equals 8. So even though we switch, so what pattern do we see in the equations we wrote? Even though we switch the order, the answer is still the same. So the order is switched, but the answer stays the same. So these are our two different, these are our two different properties of addition. So the identity property of addition is when we add, when we add to 0, right? The answer is the number that we added to 0. The commutative property is just if you add 6 plus 2, you can add 2 plus 6. It doesn't matter the order. you're still going to get the same answer. So that's what those two things mean. So Leah uses an addition table to explore even and odd numbers. Choose a row with an even addend. Shade the sums that are even. So we're going to choose one of our rows. So let's choose 2. And we're going to shade just the ones that are even. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12 are all even numbers, right? So what even or odd patterns do we see in our adding? So when we look at these, we can see that if I am adding, see 0 plus 2 is 2. Aren't those two numbers even? 2 plus 2 equals 4, even. 2 plus 4 equals 6. So the two numbers added together have to be even in order for your answer to be even. So the two numbers added together are even, then the answer, or the sum, right, is even. That's how you get your even numbers. Then they want us to choose a row with an odd addend. And we're going to shade the sums that are odd. So let's choose 5. So 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. So what do we notice about our odd numbers? So 0 plus 5 is 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. Notice one number must be even and one number must be odd for it to be an odd number. So one number is even and one number is odd. And that's how you're going to get an odd number when you add them together. So now let's do some work with it. Okay? So we're going to use the identity property of addition to find the sum, and then we're going to use the commutative property to write a related fact. So 9 plus 0 equals 9, and the commutative property, meaning we're just going to put these in the opposite order, so that would be 0 plus 9 equals 9. If 9 plus 0 equals 9, 0 plus 9 equals 9. And we're going to write whether the sum is even or odd. So if I'm adding two even numbers, when I add those two together, I know my answer is going to be even. And I can double check that out. 8 plus 4 is 12, and that is an even number. If the digit in the ones place is a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, then your number is going to be even. Now let's look at this number. 6 plus 3. I have an even number plus an odd number. So that means my answer is going to be odd, and I can check that out. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 is an odd number. 7 plus 9. If I have two odd numbers, my answer is going to be even. And when I add these two together, I get 16. And I have a 6 in the ones place, so that tells me that my answer is even. So even numbers are going to have a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8 in the ones place. And odd numbers are going to have a 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9 in the ones place. So that's how you can, I'm just trying to refresh your memory on even and odd. I know you did a lot of that when you were probably in like first and second grade, but I'm going to just review that a little bit. Okay. On your own. If you want to pause the video and do this independently and then come back, you can, or stay right with me. So Mulan and Emily are playing a board game. They both start on the same space. Mulan moves 3 spaces and 8 spaces in her first 2 turns. Emily moves 8 spaces and 3 spaces in her first 2 turns. Compare the positions of Mulan and Emily after their first 2 turns. Well, if Mulan moves 3 spaces and then 8 spaces, she's going to end up on the 11th space, right? And Emily, if she moves 8 spaces and then 3 spaces, she's also going to be on the 11th space, right? Because it doesn't matter which order they're in, she's still going to have the same answer. All right, is the sum even or odd? So we're going to write even or odd. 5 plus 4, we have an odd plus an even, so it's going to be odd. And we can double check that. 5 plus 4 is 9. 1 plus 9, we have 2 odd numbers. That means we are going to have an even answer. 1 plus 9 is 10. Remember, even equals 2, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Odd equals 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So we have 2 even numbers, so we're obviously going to have an even answer. 4 plus 6 is 10. So remember, an odd and an even, you're going to have an odd number. 2 odds, you're going to have an even answer. 2 evens, you're going to have an even answer. So the only time that you will have an odd answer is if your numbers are 1 odd and 1 even. Ooh, excuse me. All right, now we're going to do some adding. 0 plus 4 equals 4. Remember, anything plus 0 equals itself. 8 plus 0 equals 8. 3 equals 3 plus 0. Find the sum. Use the commutative property of addition to write a related addition fact. 5 plus 7. So 5 plus 7 is 12. So then 7 plus 5 must also equal 12. 4 plus 10 is 14. So that means that 10 plus 4 must also equal 14. 6 plus 8, 14. So that must mean that 8 plus 6 equals 14. And number 15, Ryan says that the sum of 2 odd addends, so 2 odd numbers, is an odd number. Is he correct? No. When you add 2 odd numbers, you're going to get an even number. When you add 2 odd numbers, you get an even number. So remember, the only time you're going to get an odd number is if you have an odd and an even. 2 evens are even and 2 odds are even. 2 even numbers are even, 2 odd numbers are even. All right, so you are going to complete the homework page for 9.1, the more practice homework, and then please take a picture and return it to me or drop it off to me at school. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.